It is time for my Springboks player ratings against Scotland. What a performance from some of these Springbok players. A much changed team now. Some of these ratings here might not look that positive, but I've got reasons why, but some of them will be very positive as well. So I think the forwards were okay in the first half, but I will be doing the bench as a whole. I will be talking about some of the players, but I will be doing the bench as a whole unit. So that score will be as one, but I will talk about some of those players. But overall, a very positive game. Rassie changing most of the team, most of the starting players, most of the normal full strength team not playing today. A lot of players put up their hands, and you can see a little bit of growing pains with some of the players early on in the game, but other than that, some really good performances. I did look at this kind of thing right now, this player ratings I've given for some of the players. Some of them might be a bit harsh, but I mean, there was also some really good performances as well. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support, and I am thankful for all the Springbok fans on this channel. I mean, me growing up as a Springbok fan, I actually had to change my jersey right now because I've just been sweating watching that game. I was nervous the whole time, but you got to be nervous if it's your team. There'll be a lot more Springbok content coming out. I mean, we got the greatest rivalry series, which I'm so excited for. We got the World Cup next year. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And for every single game, there will be a match reaction. For every single game, there will be a player ratings as well. And of course, every week, I will try get a predicted lineup out. But right now, Rassie releases that team very early, but I will try my best. But let's get right into it. Starting with Bowen Venter. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Don't get me, actually, you know what? I'm going for a 7 out of 10 for Bowen Venter. I thought the scrummaging was pretty good from the props early on. Had a really good moment holding Cobus Visa up the way he did. That was absolutely incredible. So a 7 out of 10 for Bowen Venter. Solid around the park today. A good performance from him. He's honestly a solid player for the Springboks as well. Number 2, Johan Grobelaar. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Not his best performance. Seems a bit unsure of himself at line-out time. Maybe he needs a little bit more confidence in his line-out throwing ability. He's a good player. He's good over the ball. I just see a few things in his game he has to iron out. But a 6 out of 10 is not bad because you'll see some very good scores here as well. Number 3, Volkolo. Very non-existent today around the park. Good scrummaging though, but I've gone for a 6 out of 10. It's his first game back from a lot of things that happened in his life, so I mean, it can't be too hard on him. He definitely looks a bit more fit today than he did in the final of the URC, but there's a lot of factors that go into that as well. So a 6 out of 10 for Volkolo. Good scrummaging though, but I can't just rate the entire game on one half from scrummaging from him. I think these guys need to be a little bit better around the park because you saw the Scotland players. Piers Skuman was excellent today. Ewan Ashman around the park was excellent today. Yes, he did have a bit of a crucial knock on, but he still was excellent and all over the park. Moving on to the locks, Cobus Visa, a very bad start to the game, it has to be said. 2 quick penalties after one another. I was really frustrated with that, but he grew into the game. He really did. That one run where he rampaged through the entire Scotland team, taking on 4 or 5 Scotland players. He looked so much bigger than every single person there. He looked like the whole stadium could look down on him, and he just looked massive in that moment. So a 7 out of 10 for Cobus Visa. Definitely did kind of change things around since that early start to the game. So very positive to see that a kind of mindset of him. He can kind of bounce back from a bad start early on and have a pretty good game near the end of the game. So I thought from those kind of 2 poor decisions, some very good play thereafter. And you don't want to see Cobus Visa coming around the corner because it's scary. I still want to see a few more games with him and Jasper Visa together as well. But he had a good game in my opinion, 7 out of 10. Ruan Nortje, number 5, I've gone for an 8 out of 10. What a performance on Ruan Nortje. This guy, he picks up all the scraps. He's a key figure of that engine room. He does the unseen hard work so well. And he is 100% the number 1 choice lock for the Springboks right now. There is absolutely no debate on that. He is the number 1 choice, and he will be the number 1 choice going forward. He probably is my pick as well to be the future Springbok captain before the next World Cup. He just is. He just is that kind of guy. He leads by example. He's a great player, and he just has that kind of captain ability in my opinion. You can see the players respect him. He always does the right things at the right time, and I mean that little kick he gave through as well. It looked like it was the first time he ever kicked the ball in his life, but a really good highlight there for him. So an 8 out of 10 for Ruan Nortje. Not slow either. He's very fast. Moving on to number 6, Paul de Villiers. I've gone for an 8 out of 10 as well. Brilliant performance. This guy deserves to be in the normal 23, the full strength 23. He really does. He really looks like a test match ready player right now. He deserves to be a Springbok. He is a Springbok. You can see it by the way he plays. And the one thing that really stands out to me from Paul de Villiers, his ball carrying ability. He's such a good ball carrier. He uses his footwork. He's also very strong. And yes, he might be short, but he's a big guy as well. And he can slow that opposition ball down at crucial moments. And his work rates, I was watching him for a few minutes. The ability for him, you know, when players fold around the breakdown, he sprints around the breakdown. This guy has a non-stop engine. He's an 80-minute player. In fact, he's a 100-minute player. This guy can play for 100 minutes non-stop. He has to be in the Springbok team this year, an 8 out of 10 for Paul de Villiers, and that seems like a low score. That's how good he is. Moving on to number 7, Pieter-Steph du Toit. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Didn't see too much of him, but that's not a bad thing with Pieter-Steph du Toit. It means he was getting his head stuck in. A lot of tackles, a lot of good carries as well, hitting the breakdowns hard. That's what you want to see from Pieter-Steph du Toit. One of those guys, he will do the unseen hard work, but every now and then you see him popping up and absolutely smashing someone. I don't remember who it is, but he absolutely smashed someone early on in the game. So a 7 out of 10 for him, a very good performance. Moving on to number 8, Evan Roos, and I don't know, maybe people will see this differently because people seem to hate a player or dislike a player and they will never actually admit he had a good game. But Evan Roos had a really good game today in my opinion. So I've gone for an 8 out of 10. He just got stuck in. He didn't care about anybody trying to get in his head. He got stuck in. He came really good around the corner. Good carries, good work rate. Didn't get beaten that much. I really liked what I saw today from Evan Roos. And I do like that loose forward kind of trio of Paul de Villiers, Pieter-Steph du Toit and Evan Roos. I like that a lot. That is a loose trio that can work in big games against the All Blacks and those teams if you have injuries to guys like a Jasper Wiese or a Siya Kolisi. So I really did like that. I think Evan Roos and Paul de Villiers both passed the test today. Moving on to number 9, Embrose Papir. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. What a try. I mean, it almost feels like a debut for him because the last time he played was 2018, but this guy's such a good player. I just wish the forward pack in the first half gave him some better ball. The quality of ball they were giving him was disgusting. He was having to fish the ball out of the side of the ruck, literally on the Scotland line of defense as well. He couldn't get that quick ball. I think if he had that kind of quality of ball that Grant Williams did in the second half, he would have looked just as good because that try just embodies exactly what Embrose Papir has done this whole year. A phenomenal player, such a talent as well, but a 7 out of 10 because I would have liked to see a little bit more game time from him, but he definitely did check a few boxes and pass the test today in my opinion. So maybe a few inaccurate box kicks, but I did realize that I think a lot of the locks from Scotland were creeping offside a little bit and very bad timing with kind of how they were trying to charge down the box kicks because it seemed a lot of the time that the ball wouldn't be out, the locks would try to charge it down and he would be under so much pressure. So I do feel for him, but still a 7 out of 10 performance, not bad at all. At number 10, Handré Pollard, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 as well. Good from the tee, solid around the park, good under the high ball. Maybe should have given him an 8, but I think there's some other players that played at an 8 out of 10, but still a very solid performance from Handré Pollard, and he has gotten better since going to the Bulls. Yes, his final 2 games for the Bulls this season weren't the best, but he still has gotten better since going to the Bulls. He's becoming a bit more that kind of older Handré Pollard that we saw back in the day that can kind of play to his natural ability a bit more. And we saw that with the grubber kick. We saw that with the high ball as well. So a very good performance from Handré Pollard there. Moving on to the wings, Ethan Hooker and Edward van der Merwe. I've gone 8 out of 10 for Ethan Hooker and 6 out of 10 for Edward van der Merwe. I'll start off with Edward van der Merwe. I thought he had a good game today, but he just didn't get that many opportunities. I think if he had the same amount of opportunities as Ethan, probably would have had a higher score. But I actually don't think Ethan had that many opportunities. He just made his own opportunities and it was more of a defensive performance. Really solid on defense. This guy doesn't know how to lose a collision. He went to the same high school as me, so I know him. He's a very humble guy as well. One of my favorite players to watch. I'm one of his biggest fans now because I know he's an absolute legend off the field as well. But an 8 out of 10 for Ethan Hooker. A really good performance from him. So glad to see him back from his injury and he's already playing like this. I mean, first came back from injury, playing an international test match against a very good Scotland team and looking like one of the better players on the field. Very interesting to see what they will do with him going forward because I just have a feeling that he might be put in the main team somewhere along the lines, maybe at number 23 or somewhere in the team because he is playing some good rugby right now and he can be used as a hybrid as well. He did play loose forward in high school, especially in his grade 11 year, and he did it very well. So he knows how to play the loose forward position, not a specialist by any means, but down the line could be used like an Andre Esterhuizen option as well. Looking at the centers, Damian Willemse and Jesse Kriel, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for both of them. Both of them had their good individual moments. Both of them had a few lapses on defense, but that kind of happens. It wasn't their fault exactly. It was a whole team system failure there, and they just got the brunt of it. But still, a solid performance from the both of them. Damian Willemse, so you could see it was weird for him going from number 15 to number 12, but still a really good performance. He showed up. That footwork he possesses is absolutely incredible, and he is one of the best rugby players in the world. And when things click for him, he's unstoppable. And of course, with Jesse Creel becoming so confident with ball in hand, he's just a really good player nowadays, a solid number 13, and he's not one of the most capped number 13s in the Springbok history for a reason. I mean, this guy is absolutely incredible, and they played really well together, a solid center combination, and if they got more game time together, would be even more solid going forward. Then moving on to number 15, Apelele Farsi. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I thought he got better throughout the game. You can see he's just come back from an injury. You can see his match fitness maybe isn't where it needs to be. He looked a little bit slow at times. It was good under the high ball in the second half. Maybe he had to just kind of get through that first breath of wind. You know, that kind of, if you have played rugby before, when you first start playing the game, you get really tired, and then you almost work through that. You get a new kind of breath. You just feel fit again. So I think we saw that happen with him in real time. It sucks to do that, especially at Loftus Versfeld, but a decent game from him. You can see there's a lot of potential still, and a lot more better performances to come from him. So, Bowen Venter 6, Johan Grobelaar 6, Wilco Louw 6, Kobus Visser 7, Ruan Nortje 8, Paul de Villiers 8, Pieter Stef du Toit 7, Evan Roos 8, Emrys Papier 7, Andre Pollard 7, Ethan Hooker 8, both the centers, Willemse and Creel 7, Edward van der Merwe 6, Apelele Farsi 6, and for the bench, I'm going for a 7 out of 10. I thought there were some good performances there. Zach Porton, yes, he struggled in some scrums, but for a young guy like him to get that amount of game time against two very solid props, he did a good job, and he was very good around the park. Jan Hendrik Wessels is a very good player around the park as well. His work rate, his ability to kind of get those offloads going, his skill as well. I thought Untertokum Junior, we'd like to see a bit more from him, but he is a very good player. And of course, some of the other guys as well that came onto the field, Ben Jason Dixon, Elrich Lowe played well. Vincent Chichuka, not that much game time on the field today. And I thought Kewan Horn and Grant Williams did very well, with Grant Williams being probably the standout player from the bench. So 7 out of 10 for the bench players. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. And please, if you disagree in the comments, let me know why. I don't mind if anybody does disagree, but let me know why. Let's talk about it. Let's have a good discussion about it. Thank you so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.